So now that computer parts are finally coming back into stock, like the NVIDIA GPUs are coming down in price, we have to focus the attention on the rest of the build. How about your gaming desk or your workstation desk? This is going to be the first time I've ever tried an electronic standing desk. So let's see what I thought of it and how it works with my setup. Hey guys, Thiago with Classical Technology here. Remember to subscribe and smash that like button. Today, we're going to talk about the Flexispot UDW4, the Esben standing desk. Now, they did send this to me in order for me to evaluate it and review. And believe it or not, even being a computer enthusiast, this is the first time that I've actually had one of these electronic standing desks. I've seen all types of cool people actually have them, and it's awesome that you can program, the different heights and everything like that. So I've certainly always wanted one, and this one actually just happens to fit in with the design. So I'm going to take you guys through sort of the unboxing experience, the build quality, and the experience of using this desk as well. I'm also going to leave an affiliate link down below, and remember, they did send me this desk for evaluation, but that doesn't affect my opinion or whatever else I think about the desk. So the first thing, you do get it in a fairly large box. It's around 70 pounds or so, but I found that the installation process was extremely easy. It's basically like a 3-step installation process, and it certainly is very helpful if you have someone there to help you just to move the box around and to be able to prop the desk in different positions. First thing we did was we put it upside down. You easily just slot the legs in. Everything's included, from all the mounting hardware as well as sort of the tools that you need to be able to put it in place. Very easy. You basically put the legs in, put the screws in, then you're going to put sort of the feet of the desk. Also very easy. There's the 4 screws as well as with the mounting tools that you need to adhere to it. And then of course, the most important part is going to be the little control box where all of the cables, and I was actually very surprised, the configuration for the cables, the little end, they all plug in perfectly fine. It almost looks like a little GPU plug. The ones that have, they'll have 2, 4, 6. So you'll be able to plug it into the exact interface on the little unit. Some of them will be for the motor on the desk itself, some for the USB on the side. So certainly very, very easy. And they also include little cable management pieces that you can adhere to the desk in order to keep those cables nice and tidy. So after that installation process is done, you basically just flip the desk over, and the most important thing is going to be that control panel. You're going to have 4 different memory settings, and actually the desk goes up pretty high. It goes up over 4 feet, and you'll be able to see sort of in the little screen, it tells you exactly how high it goes. And when you've reached the maximum, it's going to say sort of the top, so you know that you've reached it. In order to set the height into memory, basically set it where you want with that up or down arrow, and then you just hold whichever memory button that you want, much like in a car, and after a few seconds, you'll get the indication that it's saved that memory profile. That way, if you have somebody else who wants to use the desk at a lower height, or if you want to sit down instead of stand, you can easily switch between all of the different heights. Now, another thing that I really liked about this desk are the built-in drawers. Actually, this really surprised me because most of these standing desks are just very thin and they don't really have any type of storage underneath, but you don't know how important that having nice drawers underneath are. If you're doing any type of work from home, you can have, pens and notepads, and maybe even like phone accessories, or maybe even your tablet or something like that, or work papers. If you're using the desk to game, you can have, extra mice in there, even another keyboard. You can certainly put a tremendous amount of stuff, and it's right there, very accessible, and it doesn't really take away from the aesthetic or anything else with the desk. It's very space optimized, nicely underneath there. And even if you want, on the back of the desk, even though the drawers are thick, if you want to put like some type of monitor arm where they have, the little clamps that connect to the desk, you certainly can do that in the back. It's not as thick as it is on the drawer in the front, so you'll have good clearance to be able to put most monitor arms as well. So definitely having that storage, very, very nice. I really like that. It's something that I actually hadn't thought about that I would like nearly this much, as usually I'm used to a gaming desk or something like that that's basically just like a flat piece without anything underneath for storage. And how about the build quality? This was the thing that I was paying the most attention to as I unboxed it and put the desk together, and the desk being actually everything very heavy is always a great indication of the quality that it's going to be. After all, if you're going to put a gaming computer on top of this desk, I know know a lot of people will, myself included. You want it to be sturdy and not be wobbly or anything like that. So I love the weight of the desk. That's very important with something that's going to go up that high. You want something that's very, very stable, and everything from the legs as well as the desktop surface itself feels very high quality and definitely impressed me. I didn't know what to expect. And then for some other impressions of the desk, is there anything I didn't like about it or anything that I would point out for people to possibly be aware of? Well, you do have to remember that, it's not a small little desk. This one is going to be the little larger one, which I personally like because not only do you have the drawers on the bottom, but you also have a good amount of surface area on top for your computer and whatever other workstation things that you want to add there. Big gaming mouse pads, those will all fit. But just remember, you certainly will need, a little decent amount of space on the corner or wherever you plan to put it. It's not a small desk by any means, but you do remember that underneath you also have more room if you want to add some storage or something like that, like a little cabinet, because for the most part, this goes pretty high and you can actually work standing up, giving you a pretty decent amount of space underneath. Then you just have to sort of figure out if you're going to be standing, maybe get one of those mats that are more comfortable for your feet, or get a chair that you can move in or out that kind of goes with the desk. So those are definitely some things to be aware of. Otherwise, the programmable unit works flawlessly. Haven't had any issues with it. The cable management is great. Like I said, build quality is very good. I personally like the aesthetic, especially with a little green plant on top or something like that. It looks very nice, very clean. Now, it's not going to be as much of a gamer aesthetic if you want a gaming desk that's maybe multicolored or something like that. It's a little bit more of like a professional, more relaxed look, sort of with that wood and the white sort of look and trim. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Of course, they always have other different type of desks, ones that are maybe darker in color or different shades, ones that may fit your gamer aesthetic a little bit better as well. I personally like this one because it matches other furniture that I had there that was white and things like that. It's a very nice, relaxed look. So that's something to keep in mind when you're choosing your standing desk. So to summarize, it's my first time using these automatic standing desks, or electronic if you will. What do I think of it? So far, I've absolutely loved it. It actually makes me want to stand there and do the different heights. It's so nice to be able to stand instead of sit all day when you're doing work or even when you want to play a game, and just being able to go up and down. It's a cool little technological sort of showpiece if you want to show people how cool it is when you press a memory button and automatically remembers sort of the height that it's supposed to go to. So that's all actually really, really cool, and it makes a huge difference in your quality of work life when you're standing there and maybe you're tired, you want to sit down, put the desk back down. If you want to stretch your legs and they say it's better for your posture, it certainly makes it a lot better of an experience. And of course, if we talk about the posture at the desk, if you're standing up, they say that in terms of your health, standing up just makes it so much better for your long-term health, for your sort of your body structure, for your back. Standing up certainly has many, many health benefits, but even if you choose to sit down and you want to maintain a nice posture, you can actually move the desk to the perfect height where your elbows and your hands are going to be sort of in the perfect perpendicular position where you're not going to get carpal tunnel syndrome or anything like that. Even if you're gaming with the mouse, moving a lot of, doing a lot of actions and things like that, or doing a lot of typing, a lot of work. I do that a lot at the desk as well. Being able to adjust the desk so you're perfectly comfortable, that's actually very important for posture. And this one gives you amazing tools with the height modification. And of course, you always have the option, just stand right back up. They say that's better anyway, and that's a fantastic sort of variety of options to have, which you wouldn't typically have with a desk that's just stationary and that can't be moved up or down. Then you have to rely on your monitor or on your chair, and those could be a lot more difficult to sort of get right rather than just moving the desk up and down without any issue. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Take a look at the desk. You can use the code UD50 in order to get a nice discount on the desk, about $50 off. It's certainly priced very competitively with other desks on the market. I think it looks pretty awesome with the drawers. Very, very practical. So remember code UD50 to get a nice discount off. I want to thank Flexispot for sending me this desk to evaluate and to review. And remember to subscribe, smash that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next video.